Having style nowadays is a big thing. It's a good way to get seen, a good way to get yourself out there, and a good way to express yourself to others who may only just look at you. The problem is maybe you don't feel as stylish as you want to be. Everyone has a style already. It's just whether or not you have the style you want or whether or not you have a style that matches the times or anything like that. So today I want to help give you guys 5 solid tips on how to increase your style as a man. And I made sure, just quick disclaimer, to choose tips that were pretty universal, meaning they don't go in and out of fashion. You're not going to see them change drastically over time like many fads do when it comes to like certain clothing styles or color schemes or anything like that. That being said, these tips still are very much important parts of your style and can actually help you increase your confidence as well. I'm actually using a few of these tips that you probably haven't seen me use before, and I'll explain more about those as we get into it. Just make sure you stick around to the end of the video because all these tips are useful and I especially like the last one. So let's just dive right into it. Okay, so my first tip to you guys who want to elevate your style out there is going to be get a haircut, even when you don't really need one. Now, a lot of guys, they get into a routine, right? They choose a hairstyle they think works for them and they keep it forever. And when it gets just a little too scraggly, they'll go and get it done the same way again. But part of having style is finding new things that you really, really like, trying new things and having new experiences. So even though your hair may not need a haircut right now, go try a different style, something different that you may think looks good on you. For example, I tried this. I had this cut just yesterday. It's way shorter on the sides than I would typically get it and a bit longer on top, but I actually kind of like the way it looks. It's something I never would have really gotten before, but I think it works pretty well. So tip number 2 for how to elevate your style is to simply accessorize. Now, you don't have to go over the top. A lot of people think accessorizing means having a lot of rings and bracelets and necklaces and everything like that, but that's not really the case. Just having a few very simple, very key accessories is going to up your style a ton. The 3 I always tend to go for is a simple watch. I have this on me all the time. I also have a matching necklace that's the same metal as the watch because you want to be careful about mixing your metals, that's true. And I tend to have a cooler skin tone, so I choose cooler like silver metals. And last but not least, having a pair of sunglasses. These 3 things can actually increase your sense of style a ton. They also tend to just make you look a little more put together to people who see you. But you don't have to stop there. If you'd rather have like a ring or a bracelet or something like that, you can totally do that too. Just be careful about making everything a bit too much unless that's the look you're going for. Tip number 3 is to buy fitted clothing. Now, you may have a bit of a discrepancy with this. Fitted clothing is something that's kind of been in and out of fashion or so. But let me express a little bit of a disclaimer here. I'm not saying fitted clothing as in like super tight clothing or trendy clothing. What I mean is clothing that accents and enhances your masculine features. For example, you want jackets and shirts that fit well around the arms and give the impression of strength. You also want them to be broader in the shoulders so you have that narrow kind of masculine silhouette. It's these kind of simple things that you can choose when you go shopping the next time for any clothing that really do make a difference in your style as a man. Tip number 4 is to trim your facial hair and just keep your general hygiene up all the time. So not only does having a clean shaven face or just a well trimmed and maintained beard make you look much more put together all the time to everyone who sees you. And by the way, having that kind of organized look about you is actually a very attractive feature, but it also makes you feel different too. Have you ever gone out after maybe not shaving or even not bathing for a while and you just felt like you wanted to kind of keep to yourself, make yourself a little small, like you didn't really want to interact with people, maybe because you didn't feel like very presentable to other people? And this happens to me a lot. Other times when I get like a clean shave or I tidy up my beard really well and get a nice haircut and I go out, I feel really, really good. I feel like I'm able to go out and talk to anyone and just have a good time, and that's because I feel just much more presentable. Imagine the confidence that you can have day in and day out just by grooming and maintaining your hygiene constantly. Alright, tip number 5 is an interesting one. It's my favorite out of all of them by far, and that is to dress like yourself but don't get comfortable. Now it sounds a little confusing, so I'll break it down like this. Find something like an article of clothing or a look that you like, but also takes some guts to wear. Don't just dress up in something because you want to be comfortable. You don't have to go to work in like baggy sweatpants and running shoes just because it's comfortable to wear those things. In fact, that probably shouldn't happen. Find something like an article of clothing that actually speaks to you, that you like, that is your style. Dress up in something not because it's comfortable and easy, but because it's something you like and it's kind of a challenge to you to do so. For example, I've got a double rider leather jacket, which is typically what you think of like a rock star kind of leather jacket, and it gathers a lot of attention because the people who wear it tend to have a very specific look, and people tend to think they also have a very specific attitude. And I'll go out and wear that even when maybe it doesn't go really well with the rest of my clothing, just because I like it. Doing that kind of thing helps you find a style that really works for you, something that's unique, that is a combination of the things that you like. And that is how you find your own style instead of trying to copy someone else's style. So hopefully you guys liked this quick little video. If I helped you out or gave you some cool tips, or maybe you even have tips to give the rest of us here in the comment section, then please hit like and subscribe, leave that comment for us down there, and we'd love to get back to you. If you guys feel like you may need a little help on your own grooming adventure, Volt has your back. We've got tons of men's grooming and beard grooming accessories like beard oil, beard balm, combs, brushes, things like that, all of which are high quality, natural, organic, and just generally eco-friendly. And so you can check that out by hitting the link in the description as well. And just again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully we gave you some cool tips. I will see you in the next video.